Hello there, Star Wars fans. Here we are watching Obi-Wan. Star Wars. We're watching some Star Wars, or we already did, I guess. We saw parts 1, 2, and 3 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's back. I actually lightly bruised this with some fire once.
For some reason, out of all the three of them, it really hurt.
That's the only one I have to represent.
It's really not the one to hurt.
It's the only one I can represent that on. But I do enjoy this this thing, right? Rogue One. If you like Rogue One, I think you might like this. If you liked this, you might not like this. It's way too difficult to tell these days. The fan base is very divided in all kinds of camps. We have the people that love what the sequels did, love what the prequels did, love what the originals did, but that maybe they didn't like what the prequels did, but they like what the sequels did. So it's all over the place, and people have all kinds of thoughts and feelings on how Star Wars should be told and what it is. Importantly is always to stay true to the canon of the characters and the story moving forward. If Obi-Wan is to have a story told in between Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope, it has to line up to that, right? You can't go too far out of the sphere. You can't have Obi-Wan be like, Luke, this is your father already. None of that can happen. If it's gonna face Darth Vader, it needs to happen in a way where it does evenly tie up to what happens later, because that is the inevitable curse of the prequels, because we know what happens. But then again, we can see his transition, right? From being the lost Jedi, no longer having faith and hope, and finding his way to A New Hope. So if you're gonna see this as a character study, better, right? Better to do that. But it's also a Star Wars epic, because it's like, yeah, it's those characters. It's Anakin and it's Obi-Wan. They're gonna say, well, it's a double-edged sword. You wanna have them fight? If you don't have them do that, some people are going to be, what do you do? I wanted to see the fight. And others will be like, no, it's fantastic, introspective and character driven and psychological. Can they balance it out? Can they do it? So far, I think they are treading a very thin line there. Be safe, stay on that path, be careful. I actually find the Leia thing so far not the most annoying. It hasn't gone way out of what they should. It hasn't gone out of line. If she does know who Obi-Wan is already, could make sense. If she wanted to send a message to him for help. If Bail already also had told her about the stories, and she saw that he was a good man, she had enough trust and faith to send a message to him in those dark times of the Death Star plan situation. So that could help. Maybe she doesn't need to see him with a lightsaber or use too much force. Maybe she shouldn't see that stuff though. How do you do it? It's all about the execution, right? You can't take Luke on an adventure right now. So thankfully they didn't do that. But you could technically take Leia on an adventure, because she wasn't afraid of Darth Vader when she was kidnapped. She was very much stern and being like, no, I'm here on the mission. And even when she was captured in the cell, she was like, yeah, I've done this before, kind of thing. She knew how to use the gun, so if she was already exposed to these kinds of things at a young age, maybe that can explain her character later on. 1, 2, 3, go, David Rant.
I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like it. Oh, yeah, to say
Elaborate.
I
Please,
think that
indulge.
for a Star Wars story, if you're looking at this as a visual and entertainment factor, it is then 100% fun and awesome, and I love it. But I don't like it. I don't like the fact that Obi-Wan's running around the galaxy. I don't like the fact that Leia's being dragged along. It's just as bad as Luke for me, equivalently bad.
Equivalently bad.
Equivalently bad. I don't like the fact that Vader is dealing with Obi-Wan now, and yet, yes, you're excited that they get to interact and say the things maybe they could have said to each other that maybe would have been spoilers or not completely fleshed out in the episode 4. But now I just sit back and reflect on lines. Like last time we met, I was but the learner, now I am the master, and it's like, well, from what I've just seen, he just mopped the fucking floor of Obi-Wan. So unless Obi-Wan gets out of his funk in the sixth episode and just fucking destroys Vader and leaves him almost dead again, then what's happening? It's when the puzzle pieces feel roughly punched in that something's wrong. I think that there's so much.
Continue.
I think that Star Wars has had these inaccuracies, and that's okay to forgive because of the overall thing. But when it becomes something like this, when it almost feels like a deliberate project with intent, then it's your responsibility to make sure you do as least puzzle punching into place as you can, and this one feels very puzzle punching into the grand scheme for me. I'll gladly bow my head in respect if it's fixed by the end, but as of right now, it just feels rough. It's hard to enjoy because of that, because I can't help but sit there and I can't just look at the awesomeness. I can't look at the fun adventure. I can't look at Obi-Wan dealing with things. I can't look at Vader. I can't look at the overall system of Inquisitors and how they're Siths but not Siths, but that's kind of the whole point. I can't enjoy the Vader confronting Obi-Wan. I can't enjoy any of
guards being taken.
I can't enjoy any of that because I know there's problems and it bothers me, and we didn't see this on release because of life happening. But to be fair, I wasn't really like, I missed seeing Obi-Wan today.
Really?
Nah, man.
I felt that this one was more important to tune into because it deals with those characters. It deals with the important major players.
But it's
in the Star
not
Wars
needed.
universe.
That's kind of the big problem. I know it's hard to say that sometimes, and I'm
it might not be. But that's the thing. But
hey,
if you're gonna do it,
all I mean to say is you enjoy. I know I'm a minority. Enjoy the show. I say it's good. I do think it's good. I know it stops my personal enjoyment from it. But if you ask me, I think Deborah Chow is doing an amazing job. There's at least a singular vision behind it. I think it's good looking. I think it's well told. So don't get me wrong, watch it. I'm just not enjoying it.
Inquisitor thing, right? Yeah. If you haven't watched anything of the animated stuff or played any video games, you're gonna be confused about what they are, I guess. But they are ex-Jedi guards taken to be used by the dark side to just hunt any remaining Jedi down. So they are just very much just used for their Force ability. Are they taking over the story? Not really, I'd say. And is Moses Ingram? Yeah, she's doing a good job. She's not doing a bad job at all. She's just not a bad actor. Kids, leave her alone online. You might not like what the character does, but do not take that out on the performer. So she's doing the job that is required of her character to do. Of course, we have questions. How does she know that Anakin was Vader, right? She must have been a youngling at the Jedi Temple and found some kind of way to be smart about it. Like, wait a minute. So there's gotta be something like that as an explanation. If they don't explain it, I'm gonna call that's bad. I don't want to read no comic or book to find that out. Just give me it here in the media, or it's supposed to be the connective tissue anyway between two episodes. So you need it here, all right?
Best guess I can give that I just think would be an interesting thing to do would be that she thinks that because it's Anakin and she knows it's a Jedi in charge, and she just has to pretend to be an asshole till they're them two at the top, so they can do something about it. And when she says it to Vader, he just murders her because that's not what this is about. Grand Inquisitor is alive because Rebels happens. He's in Rebels, in case anyone's wondering. That's when the character made his debut.
Jedi Code is an itch. What do you think of his acting?
Apparently he watched Rebels for inspiration, so good. He's great.
Rupert Friend, he's your friend.
Yeah.
I do like seeing Alderaan though. I like seeing Bail Organa and the mom there. I like to see that because it's something you never got to see. You saw what Luke's relationship with Uncle Owen on Peru was like. Very controlling and everything, and Joel Edgerton does a good job here. Nice to see him again. Hope he does something more later. But with Leia had a different upbringing, right? And it's nice to actually get to see some of that and see that Alderaan was, a really nice place and the people there were good, even though she's got some annoying cousins. But it's still great to see it because those are the people that eventually were lost. So I like to see that stuff. It's an opportunity to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that I see a lot of creature designs and things like that. A bit some new worlds, even though it's still within what we know from before. But I like that the universe still feels alive and vast. The Tamora Morrison cameo was a good one as well. I hope Pete maybe shows up in a Clone Wars flashback. We're still holding out hope for Clone Wars flashbacks, aren't we? So we get to see maybe him as Cody or something like that. He's on set. Have him show up. James Earl Jones sounds great. Sounds even better than he did in Rogue One. So he still got it. I'm very surprised. So keep it going. And Hayden Christensen does a good job with the physical performance of Darth Vader. You can see that there's some kind of ferocity and like he knows how to do the movements because you cannot. He need another David Prowse, someone that knows how to act physically and to do it. And you can see Hayden Christensen so far is invested to do so. And that would have been also like a nice symbolic thing if it even was him in Rogue One, but they had just a bunch of different stunt guys in the suit for that movie. But it's nice to see that, yeah, I'm dedicated to fully commit to playing the part like this. And also, he knows so much about the sword fighting already, and so does Ewan McGregor. They knew the whole choreography of Revenge of the Sith's duel by heart, so that's very impressive. So I hope to see more of Darth Vader.
I like the creatures. It's nice. I like Zach Braff.
Apparently, Zach Braff is in this. Did you like Benny Safdie as the Jedi kid in the first episode?
Sure, I didn't not recognize him, but
He's the director of Good Time
good for him.
and Uncut Gems.
Good for him. I did not know.
Yeah, that's him.
Well, he's dead now, so itch in the back of my brain. It just doesn't feel right. There's a disturbance in the force, and I just can't. And I want to enjoy it because I can tell it's good, and I enjoy aspects of it. I'm a very big believer in, you know what, if the canon or the Lord never said this isn't the case, then I say have fun with it. That's the kind of person I am. You know, you want to make Shelob a shape-shifting creature because it's like a immense creature of power and there is some sort of old darkness from the world there. I say, why not? Like, if that makes a story in a different direction, that can expand things in a direction, I am the kind of person that says, why not? If we have literally no idea what Vader was up to between 3 and 4, give me whatever. Whatever. Let's have fun. I'm on that belief. But at the same time,
Top 5 times Darth Vader found love.
great for him.
There actually is a comic about that.
But for that reason, I think you need to be careful for prequel that you still fit within the category that exists. You can't step outside of those lines. They're very finite.
I guess we'll do a video later when we've seen 4, 5, and 6, so we get to talk about the second half of this, so we can evaluate the overall.
Oh, no reaction videos because you missed the chance to do it because I was unavailable and our other friends didn't want to do it with Pauli, and I guess Pauli didn't want to do it by himself. So no reaction series for this one. So there you go. Sorry, would have been nice, but there you go.
We'll give our overall thoughts later, but as you can see, different opinions, and that's just how the fan base is nowadays.
Ironic, isn't it?
Which is why I was telling, like, it's like this is different, this is different, what people think. But we always have this. Oh yeah, pick up the music a bit more. The John Williams theme is nice for Obi-Wan, but the rest of the score is too mundane. You gotta pick it up. So that's what I'm hoping for. Where's Duel of the Fates? Where's Battle of the Heroes? Where's all of that? Where's the Leia theme even? So, go for it.
Near the ending, probably.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Kenobi discussion part 1, 2, and 3. I guess we will see us after 4, 5, 6. Very poetic with Star Wars. To discuss the overall show and I guess specifically the last 3 episodes. And yes, obviously the overall package of the Kenobi experience. Thank you. Hopefully you're enjoying it and you like it. Please tell us what you like or dislike about it in the comments. They're actually curious and kind of want to know what aspects people love or dislike at this point. So please do. Well, thanks again. Bye-byes. Us at Films headquarters say goodbye. We're off to make some movies or something. I don't know. Yeah. Goodbye, fellow.
There's gonna be no movies made this summer. We're not gonna be filming any movies this summer.